Welcome back to Sunrise Daily. Well, we've got Afolabi Imokade, who is a Senior Special Assistant to the President on Job Creation, Youth Empowerment, Office of the Vice President. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Well, speaking about youth empowerment and job creation, that's your bit. I mean, Empower is the program you're focusing on. How many are empowered now?
Oh, well, thank you very much. Well, in principle, 200,000.
200,000?
Yeah, 200,000. Like you know, we promised 500,000 unemployed graduates will be empowered through the Empower program. We did deploy 200,000 in November 2016, last year. But what has happened after deploying, we needed to now do physical verification through the NOA and NYSC, who helped us to do physical verification at each local government across Nigeria. So as a result of that, now we're taking our final census just before we reopen the portal for the next round of applications to determine available slots. So we do have a few slots. I think we have our census now has reached about 175,000 now that are fully qualified.
Let me jump in.
Yes.
This verification you speak about, is it before they receive the funds or after they receive the funds?
Before. So it's before deployment. So the process works that when we conclude the registration process and selection, we send them to the 36 states and FCT, and they are managed by what we call the state focal person, or in the case of FCT, the focal person for FCT. And then the National Orientation Agency, through their state directors in each state, work with the state focal person to conduct physical verification, basically to verify, one, that these people are true graduates, two, to verify that they reside in that state. Remember, we deployed based on states of residence.
True graduates? Who? I thought you,
graduates meaning that, I mean, hey, someone may not be a graduate and may have applied. And we had a few, that's why we have a few disqualifications where some who don't actually have an OND at the very minimum applied for that program. I remember Empower is both graduate and non-graduate. So there was actually the track, and there is a track for non-graduate applications. So there's really no need for you to lie. If you're a non-graduate, go for the non-graduate track. If you're a graduate, go for the graduate track. So we needed to just be sure that, one, they're graduates, two, that they reside in that state of residence, three, the age, because it's 18 to 35, so meaning that as at December 31, 2016, you should have been born no later than 1981 to qualify to be in that program. And I think the last really, so it's age, and then the last one also, we check if you are employed or not.
I'm considering, what does your feedback mechanism tell you at this time?
Good. So incidentally, I've begun monitoring to a few states. So we started that since April. So right now I've gone, taken 3 states across each geopolitical zone. I've gone to Osun, Ogun. I've gone to a few states in Northeast and just concluded Kano with Northwest last week, Friday. I think the first thing first is that this is really be an impactful program, in the sense that you are now seeing the beneficiaries. Let's recall that this was a program we rolled out using technology. The application, testing, every process was technology. Even their payment right now is through technology. So the only human interface that has been within the process has actually been at the physical verification stage. But now that they are all deployed, for those who are successfully verified, and they're all deployed to their primary place of assignment, it was elating to really see life impact. I mean, in Borno, we had cases of some of our volunteers who were actually victims of Boko Haram in Bama local government, who rode into Maiduguri. I mean, one of them was telling us he rode into Maiduguri with just his bicycle, rosary, and his phone, because that was all he had on him when he went to work and came back and realized that his house was razed down. And today he's left the IDP camp because of Empower. He's been able to, he's worked for 5 months now, so his stipends, 30,000 every month, he's been able to save, and he's actually now gotten a place, he's paying rent, and he's moved his family out of the IDP camp. And so we have many stories like that across the state. So it's interesting and elating to see the lives that have been touched by this. And
my question is, has this resulted in a consumer policy or a producer policy for you?
So, few things. Firstly, both of them. And I would say, first and foremost, we need to understand that at this level where you were not employed before. I mean, Adiza in Bauchi, I mean, in Jigawa, that I met had not been employed in 8 years of graduating. She even went to do a master's and she still didn't get a job. And she said, hey, this is the only thing that's made me feel like a citizen, because now I can earn money. Another one says that I've been a liability in my family in Jigawa as well, but now with this, I now can do something. So two things. One, consumer, in the sense that this level of people without any income, this really goes more to disposable income, where they're able to, it affects the Indomie seller, the detergent, the pure water seller. They talk about they're able to support their siblings, support their aged parents, part of this step. But now on the producer side, they don't all, part of the training we've also given them and all the materials they have on their learning portal, which focuses a lot on entrepreneurship. They don't all consume what they have. So I've heard a lot of them talk about, I save an average of 10 to 15,000. Or I have one of them who basically is cutting a farm. He's leased a farm from 2 months of his savings. I have Musa in Bauchi, for example, who from the second month of his savings basically now has a livestock farm. So that speaks to the producer side of things. So it's actually mixed, and I'm being very, very enthused. I'm sure we'll share some of our documentaries with you soon. And
I'm sure subsequently we'll have a lot more to focus on, because this has also got to do with job creation and youth empowerment. But that's all the time. That's how far we can go for this particular segment. Afolabi Imokode, Senior Special Assistant to the President on Job Creation, Youth Empowerment in the Office of the Vice President. Thank you very much for coming on today.
Thank you.
We're back in a moment. Join us again.